Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Hiya. You all right?
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for the Jon Snow-esque intro.
I don't normally, because usually I'm going to let you into a little secret. Whoever's holding the paper does the bit at the start.
Your bit, yeah.
You've told me that 2 hours in.
No, but you know when you're holding it before and you start.
Yeah, fair. When I told you to
But I
shut
can do
up.
a Jon Snow-esque
Yeah.
intro if you want.
No, it's fine.
I'm a bastard.
It's pretty good.
You know,
Your intro is?
that's all you need to do when you're Jon Snow.
Right.
I can't be the man you want. I'm a
Ignorant.
bastard.
It's very stoic.
Thanks.
Anyway, shut up. So, the power of choice in mentorship. I'm going to read you a little quote.
Okay, who's it by?
Seneca again.
Great guy.
He's at it, isn't it?
Great guy.
Consider those who, not because they are inconsistent, but because they lack effort, are too restless to live as they truly want, only as they first started.
Wow.
Wow. Amazing. What comes to mind, guys, when you
It's
hear
a great
that?
question, and it's a question that's all the time. What comes to mind? Do I have one? I'm not sure. Do monkeys have souls? Or is it only people? I'm not sure. But let's find out. Let's delve deeper. Mentorship. Okay. There's a lot of people like, look, I'm here with my mentor in Ibiza. Getting married? Perhaps.
Maybe.
You don't have to marry your mentor,
Just
though, do you?
happened.
No.
Just happened.
Just happened.
Yeah.
Literally.
Congrats.
Thank
days.
you.
You're on the honeymoon now, aren't you? But you just thought
Yes.
you'd drop him. If you get married in Ibiza, where's your honeymoon?
We're doing it later in the year.
Not in Ibiza.
Not in Ibiza.
That'd
Where
be
you
funny if it was in
thinking?
Ibiza. But
We're going to Singapore and Bali.
Wow.
Sales pays well.
sales pays well. And for sales to pay well, do you think mentors are important to get to that?
That's so good.
Do you like I did that?
Segway.
That's really good.
Segway Thompson, they call him.
We're professional.
Segway Seneca.
Whoa! From
I
Sophie
like what you
to
did
Seneca.
there.
Great
Stoic
segue.
Soph.
I do think mentorship's important. However, it doesn't always need to be a person.
No.
What, could it be a dog?
I do love my dog.
Do you?
She's called Mambo.
Mambo.
Yeah.
Mambo the
Mambo.
mentor. You're not realising what we're doing. It is genius.
I gave up when I had dogs were involved.
You don't like dogs?
Do you not?
Don't like them.
Isn't that weird?
That's wild.
Whatever.
Dogs in the wild.
Dogs in the wild. Do you know how many girls' names are mentioned in the song Mambo
I bet you don't. You don't like women.
number
6?
5? No, it's not.
Go on.
I think it's 13. A little bit of
Lucky number
Monica in
13.
my life.
Right, anyway, we're getting off track here. Pack it in.
Mambo the mentor. Back over to you.
Yeah.
Mentors don't have to be people.
They
you're right.
don't.
No, there can be
That
dogs
sounds
in the
like-
wild.
So I can't wait to say you're going to finish this one. So if mentors aren't people,
No, what I mean by that is you don't always have to have like a mentor that you're like messaging every 2 minutes. Like, oh, help me with this deal, or oh, I don't feel very well today.
right? So your mum's not your mentor.
No.
Jack.
So much alliteration.
Yeah, it's,
So much.
it's
It's a lot.
amazing.
It's a
It's
lot.
amazing.
What I mean by that is I think you can be your own mentor.
Oh,
Go
go
on.
deeper.
I think you can learn enough on your own that, well, I say on your own, I mean the learning aspect of it, as in the time that you give to bettering yourself, you can do through now LinkedIn. I genuinely think I spend 2 hours a week, I would say, that is just purely like on LinkedIn and like saving posts and going through any posts I've saved through the week on like actionable tips
Nice.
from LinkedIn
Nice.
influencers or whatever you want to call them.
Not you, mate.
Not either of you, actually.
Oh, that's called Uno Fuck You.
Wow. And we'll put, fuck you in the Instagram comments.
Who,
Tag
because could people watch this be like, but I want to know.
Yeah.
Who do you follow?
Who do you follow? Who like you go
And I
to?
swear to God, if you say Chris Ritson, you can get out.
No.
Wow.
Wow, that's very
A lot of
strong.
animosity
I
on
don't
the
think I know who that is.
Well, good.
Why, do you not like him?
I don't know
It
him.
doesn't matter. Let's move on.
Sarah from Pareto.
Yeah.
Oh, is she doing real calls though? Sarah, let us know if those are
She
real
is.
calls.
Well,
She's American.
She's American, yeah, but she plays them out loud.
Did she start doing that? Because
Yeah.
people probably said the same thing to her, haven't they?
Yeah,
And I'm
people were
just
like, I
being
want to hear what's
typical-
going on, because you could just make it up, couldn't you? Really?
could.
That's
The
what I was
cold calls.
thinking.
But no, she does. Brian Lamanna
Who's that?
works at Gong.
Okay.
Brian's great. He's got a
Certificate smile.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. No, I was going to say he's got a what do you subscribe to? Newsletter.
Newsletter.
And
Right.
it's got like really quick, actionable things every week. It's really good,
Is
actually.
it themed in a certain...
It's enterprise sales, basically.
Enterprise
So like, here, send this voice note. This is a quick follow-up script you can use. Put this in your cadence. Do this on day 7. Like, it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what? This year, I've really got into newsletters, and I know that's going to sound stupid, but
You're about 20 years late, but yeah.
No, but
I think
I've
they're
signed
more-
up to all my favourite newsletters, and it's like so digestible.
Yeah.
What are some of your favourites, though?
What I like, Sahil Bloom's. I like James Clear's 321. I like Shane Parrish, Farnham Street comes on a Sunday. I got an email from Sahil Bloom this morning, and
You got a newsletter from him.
yeah, I got
You
he
didn't get an
messaged
email,
me.
but it's
Yeah,
totally
he
different
emailed me.
thing.
Personal email.
The story of the 3 tigers.
What's
You know the
that?
story of the 3 tigers?
No.
Tell
Can I
us.
share it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
yes.
this is why it's good, and then it gets you thinking, and then you're doing stuff like this.
But I
and
swear to God, if this isn't good...
I like animal-based stories.
yeah.
Let's go.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't like dogs.
No.
So the one of the helpers went to the king and said, "There's a don't laugh at me behind the camera."
What has happened there?
One of
Having a stroke?
one of the mentors to the king went to the king and said, "There's a man in the village who says there's a tiger in the village," and he says that's ridiculous. One man don't believe his claims. There won't be a tiger in the village. And then he said, "Okay, but if I said there was 2 men in the village that said there was a tiger in the village, would you believe him?" He said, maybe a little bit, but still it's a bit ridiculous. And he said, what if there were 3 men that said? He was like, well, I think I would believe that. So the story is called The 3 Tigers, because actually just when you hear something from one person, you would shut it down immediately, and 2 people maybe so, but then 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 you start to say, well, maybe it is true. But actually, you should question everything. That's the story of the 3 tigers.
Power in people, though.
Wow.
That does actually relate.
What did you
so,
think of the story, though?
I like the story.
Thank you,
Delivery
sir.
was.
Yeah, the delivery was weird, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
You went like, I've got this really amazing story, and then went, it's the story of the 3 tigers, and then went really sad about
I
it.
wasn't sad about it.
You sad to talk about animals.
No, I'm not sad to talk about animals.
Power in numbers.
Power in
But
numbers.
yeah, what I took from that though is how important it is that you have multiple champions in deals.
wow.
Because if one person's taking it to the CFO and saying, I think we could save 30 grand if we buy the software. Sorry, it's all software based, but
It's
we're
all right.
software
Yeah, of
people,
course,
aren't we?
software tech.
They're going to probably go, right, who else cares about that? If they say, oh, I've got Zach and Jack and Jamie and everyone else that cares, they'll probably be more likely to buy.
That ticks all the boxes.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Have you found that has been something you really, it's like essential? You lean on that a lot.
100%.
How can I win as many? And so I said before you start, so I've got an account I want to break into, and you sell into marketing, right?
Marketing tech, yeah.
What are the key kind of job roles that you think, right, I have to get in front of these when I start this?
So yeah, from a like user perspective, it's performance marketers, PPC managers that manage like Google ads and Meta ads and basically the ad team. But then from any sector that we sell into, I need at least one person at either VP, director or C-suite level that's like bought into the project, even just from a theoretical point of view. Like we would be interested in running a POC or running an audit or doing whatever. But actually one thing we've started to do now, we offer like a free audit. So our software, without boring you all, basically stops businesses from wasting money on invalid traffic, like bots and scrapers and data centers from clicking on their ads and wasting money. And we run an audit on their ads free for 2 weeks. So there's no obligation, but they can basically see how big the problem is before they commit to a contract with us. And one thing that we now do is say we need someone from C-suite to basically say that, yes, we're happy to run this project with you. Because what we found was if I hadn't done that as part of the sales process, we were getting like doing the audit, putting loads of time into the project, speaking to loads of people, and then it would go to C-suite and they go, yeah, but we don't have budget, or, oh, we're not actually interested in doing this. So now I make sure there's like that exec buy-in from the very start. Otherwise we won't invest the time in it. And we kind of position it as like, we're investing time in running this audit with you, whether it's free or not. It's still my time, the tech time, like the implementation, all that shit. So yeah, that's really helped, is like getting that exec buy-in.
That's
like,
really
sooner.
good.
Really good.
I like, we don't, it might sound patronising, but I love when like salespeople respect their own time and they say actually it's 50-50.
Yeah.
And you're not putting someone on a pedestal, because at the end of the day, you've got a solution that, like, if you're just one person that's
Yeah.
made nearly £1 million from it, like there'll be other people within your organisation. It is solving genuine problems. Have you ever had a situation where somebody's tried to be a blocker but you've still won the deal?
Yeah, a few actually. And this is one thing that when we talk about like champions and testing them out, there have been a few times where I've kind of said we need other people involved, and they said, well, this is my thing, this is like my baby, my project, and like I'm the owner of it. And I've said, yeah, but we, like, typically when we see success, we have to have X type of people or as many type of people involved. And they've said, well, tough shit, basically, like, this sits with me. And to be honest, it can create some friction, but I think just being really, like you said, valuing your time and being really like almost challenging people. I think as well, people like to be challenged. I definitely have I think if I had like two salespeople trying to sell me something and one challenged me on my way of thinking and the other just agreed with everything I said, I'd be way more interested in the person that challenges me and like why, like they're clearly more confident in what they've got to deliver and they understand me better to even feel like they could do that. So I think, yeah, just challenge back if there's anyone that's, and I've definitely done that before, is like challenge people if they've tried to block me out.
That's great advice. I wonder if you could give us one more little bit of advice. Quite a practical episode, this. But you're obviously someone who would get, so in say you were selling to our business, you might have a meeting with Jack, but you also need buy-in from Ben, our ops director, from me, from maybe like someone in the sales team. How would you take the meeting from Jack and turn it into the meeting with me or Ben or whoever else it was in my team? What have you found works there?
Trying to understand like what the process is first. So if Jack's got all of the power, as in like you've got the budget and you can make that decision.
Why did you laugh then when you said he's got all the power?
I don't know.
I don't even got one share in the company.
It's not even mine, just pretending. Yeah, if you've got all the power and you are the right person for me to speak to, it's more of a, I totally understand that you've got other priorities that you need to focus on. How about you introduce me to them and I'll take that off your shoulders? So like position it as I'm not trying to go around you or work with them outside of you. It's just like I'm trying to do you a favour so that you don't have to then regurgitate everything we've gone through together. That usually works really well, especially if they're like, no, I want to take control of this. I want to introduce you and I want to control the narrative. It's like, yeah, but I'm trying to do you a favour. That usually works well. Or if they potentially aren't the right person, they do need to be involved, but they don't have any power. They've just got influence. Talking about how other deals or similar businesses in their space have come on board and seen success, and typically we structured it like this and we had these people involved. Do you think that would be useful if we did the same for you? And also, especially English people, we like to know that someone else has been there before. Like we don't really like to take risks without knowing, oh, someone in my space has done that, so I can kind of copy that. So giving that like social proof a bit as well. Of
Nice.
like, we've done that before, so let's just do it again.
Really good. I think this has been my favourite day of the year so far.
Wow.
I've been Jack Frimpson.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Been so fellas.
Remember, you will die.
Go Power Rangers.
I like Zach's shoes.